Welcome back, y'all, to That's What I'm Saying, the podcast about hip hop, entertainment, dating, sex, relationships, and social issues from a sometimes ratchet, because you know how we do, but mostly woke perspective. So, subscribe to That's What I'm Saying. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, pretty much wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, watch That's What I'm Saying, the TV show on Island TV or on the Island TV app. Follow us on Instagram at TwistPod. So I'm Sean.
And I'm Shatara.
Hey, sis. Hey, sis.
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good to hear your voice.
Likewise, sister. Are you getting ready for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Well, you know, your mother said she's going to cook this year, so changes things for me.
That's nice.
So, I'm going to make my sweet potato pies and sit down and enjoy myself.
See, that's nice. I was just making it very clear that I'm not having turkey. I prefer chicken.
Yeah, I prefer chicken. Yeah, I'm not a turkey fan. Although when I make a turkey that I put in Guinness Stout beer. Like I let it sit in Guinness Stout for like 2 days, and then you broil it. Now that's a really good turkey. But other than that, I'm not like the biggest fan. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't mind it.
Do you remember that time Thanksgiving your mother sent me to my room because I made a turkey sandwich at the for Thanksgiving? I took the turkey and made a sandwich.
I feel like I remember that. How rude of you. Now I think about it.
To this day, I still don't understand that. I was like, I'm eating it. Yeah. Go to your room.
Oh, that is funny. Mm-hmm. How disrespectful to the whole setup.
I really don't understand how that was disrespectful. The meat was good enough. I made a sandwich, but
all right. If you say so.
Anyway, what are we calling this episode?
We are calling this episode "You Guess No Love," but you gotta sing it. You gotta sing it like Faith Evans. You get no love from me. You got to do it like that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, can I get right to the ratchet on that one?
Please.
Now, there's a viral video showing Stevie J and Faith Evans in a heated argument, and he's accusing her of cheating, and like he's following her around the house, he's following her with the camera like all in her face like he's TMZ, and he's like, why would you do that? And she's like, leave me alone, like I effing hate you. And they're going back and forth, and it's just, I don't know if you've seen it, but what a difference when like there's a thin line between love and hate, because just a minute ago those two were madly in love, remember?
That's why I was like, ooh, wild sex and everything, y'all is freaky deaky.
They were just madly in love.
She's over here singing, I tell you why there's no love. Simply you're not cool enough. Remember that? Mm-hmm.
Listen,
that's her right now.
I don't Georgia pudding pie. I don't know. You don't appreciate the time. I don't know what's happening here, but just to see the camera all up in her face, and then for him to say like, I loved you. That's all I did. All I did was love you.
You was feeling for him?
Not even. To me, it was just like I feel like he was trying to promote his show. Like he's trying to make a reality show. He's trying to promote it.
Oh, that's I mean,
I took it.
I just felt like, this is where I'm like, everybody don't need a camera phone and social media. Like this is a moment where it didn't need to be televised, you didn't need to put that. But what it felt like to me was, Stevie, he's a little hurt. Like you could hear the hurt in his voice. Now, regardless of, I don't know what happened between the two of them, because she seemed very unbothered, but bothered by him. Like, like she didn't, I didn't feel she wasn't remorseful. And you don't really know what happened other than what he's saying, that she cheated and she was having, I guess, sex with a man in their bed, and who knows? Who knows?
Listen, there was a lot of, like, F you, like, I ain't going nowhere. He's like, I hate you too. Like, leave me alone. Like, but the whole key was, why the phones though? Like, why couldn't this just be a private argument? Why did he need to bust out and put the phone in her face?
Because he's hurt. That's why I was like, oh, he hurt her. He hurt her.
He hurt her. You share that, girl. I mean... I always get to say that every now and then for the right time.
You be dropping that in every once in a while. You share that, girl.
It sounds appropriate. But hey, I'm a fan of Faith Evans' music.
I love Faith.
Putting all this to the side. I like that, she kept it moving, from Biggie to then she had a husband. She has kids and, getting a little trouble. She liked to party a little bit, then she gets back to working and you see her singing gospel music at the BET Fest. I love it. Listen here, Faith friends. There's a reason why your name is Faith. Okay.
Okay, Faith should be coming right back with the gospel music after.
Okay, now walk by faith, not by sight. You better go ahead, Faith. You do all of them. You do all of the above. Okay, she does the most. I'm here for it. Keep it going, Faith. I'm gonna watch the BET McDonald's Gospel Fest. Here we go. Here come Faith. I love it.
Yeah, well, whatever happened, I hope that they can work it out because, I was rooting for them. I was rooting for Black Love. I was like, look at them. Because I remember back in the day when Stevie was with Eve.
Yes.
Like, remember that? We used to see them hanging out. They be together all the time. So, and then we know Faith was, had her Biggie thing. So, but they always were in the same circle. So to see them come together, I was like, oh, this is Black Love.
And isn't he like the godfather to one of her kids?
Yeah, to Biggie's son.
You share that, girl. So even no. I'm really just being silly because I'm really a fan. I love Faith, but outside of that, I'm just like, yeah, they really made it over major humps. Just being in the industry and finding themselves together. Yeah. It just sounded like real true love. I'm like, wow, like I like that. Like, who would have thought? Because we was looking at Stevie with Jocelyn. And Stevie, we saw him like he's a corny dude. We saw like a whole different like, oh come on. But then when I saw him with Faith, I kind of liked it. I was like, oh, I like when a dude comes out of his, like, how do you say, let them hoes know? I like when he feels that way. That looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, wah. Now they hate each other. It's a line between love and hate.
Oh man, I hope they get it together.
I hope so too. That'll be something else, right? Goes to show you.
I'm like on the low, like, Faith, you right. That's what you be doing? Sheesh.
Listen, this is just a small argument. Y'all have no idea. This little spat, this whole thing. My name is Faith. Watch this.
She rolled over in the bed and was like, leave me alone.
Yes. Yeah.
And what? I heard and what. So, okay.
But can you imagine what she has on him to flex like that? That's how I always have to look at it. Before I jump on the man's side, I'd be like, oh, imagine like what he got caught doing for her to flex that way. That's just how I think.
This is true. I agree with that. We're gonna see though. We gonna see because he's probably gonna post it to Instagram or something.
I might just I might just do my future thing and make T-shirts. # faith. We got the faith. Walk by faith, not by sight.
All right, look. So I know you heard about the baby. This is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of sad. Like, it's another one, thin line between love and hate. Here they go back and forth. So there was an argument between the baby and the mother of his child, Danny Lee. I like one of her songs, but other than that, which of course the two of them, they posted on Instagram. So they live streamed the whole thing. So first of all, Danny Lee has the baby, the baby's 3-month-old, sound like 3-month-old daughter. So she just had a baby. The baby just had a baby. The baby's baby. Anyway, so it happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, in their apartment. So so this just my take on it because both of them highlighted supposedly what was going on. Because in the end, Danny Lee, she was charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor assault with the craziness. So he said he wanted to, quote, swiftly remove myself from any of the hostile behavior put on display moments ago. He said, Shorty's gone far enough and she needs to basically get out of his condo and get out on her own because he has a, quote, queen to raise. So he says that he recorded the fight between them for his own safety, but it was kind of like what he's saying is it was like fatal attraction. He says, I'm done being beat on and yelled at and chased around. Like, this is one of them fatal attraction type girls. So then at the end of that, he went on and started promoting his tour.
Okay. Now, how trifling are you?
Huh?
How trifling are you?
Very, very trifling. So Danny Lee, she gave her own explanation. She, posted on her Instagram. Now she says that the baby wanted to kick her out because he found her plan B. And she says, all he want to do is come at me with no responsibility. And that he told her after dinner that she had to leave. So in her post, you could see the police coming in, and they coming in the background, and she's being removed from the apartment. So just a trifling. So look, we're just outsiders looking in. You never really know what's going on between two people, but since they decide they want to put it online and put it out there, my position is that regardless, she is a new mother with a 3-month-old. So I can just imagine, because, through experience, what is going on. The one thing you want is a nest, and you want to be stable. So if this man, the father of your child, is telling you need to get up out, and from her account is saying because she's, she got a plan B packet. Basically, she don't want him coming up in her raw dogging and getting another situation, I'm assuming. And he had a problem with that. Then he wants her to leave. So I'm just, I'm like, I feel for her, because I know, feelings, and, she got a 3-month-old. How much fighting and windmilling you doing with a 3-month-old? I don't know. What you think?
The baby don't want no more. The baby wants more babies. I don't know, but if she was saying she was having Plan B delivered via Grubhub, and he was mad about it. She's like, it's my Uber Eats. Leave me alone, baby. Leave me alone. I think that it sounds like he's like a villain. Just the whole situation is very villainesque. The camera in her face.
That's a new word.
I made that up. I think I did. It just sounds like he's just like being mean, and it just sounds like it's unnecessary. And again, like you said, we weren't there, but nothing about her was like, throwing bats and hot grits on him. Like his life was not in danger. She had a baby in her arms. She was feeding the baby. And it just feels like, just the lengths that he went to put it on blast was just so unnecessary. Dude, you about to have stage time. You're going to have the best undivided attention, that you could ever have. Like, this was just extra. And when you have a child with somebody, I do believe that, this is something that the child is going to look at one day. Believe it or not, our kids are going to pull up our records of what we did online. They're going to pull stuff up like this one day. So really, because he has the money, he could have been just that fly and been like, look, I got you and the kid in an apartment. We're not working out. He could have done things, and he could have finessed it where we would have never heard about it. Like it just looked like it got so ugly. And for future reference, she should date Future, because he would have never done that to her. I'm Future's lawyer, and I will tell you right now, he would have never done that to her. Okay, drop that 0. Get with that, Future. Okay. Shoot, Future would not be mad about no damn Plan B Grubhub. He'd be like, that's what I'm talking about. I need you in an apartment. And he make a t-shirt.
I can't.
I'm just saying, you gotta choose who you have these babies with. Who you having these babies with? You gotta choose. It's different than dating.
Better choices. Like I didn't like the part of, he didn't deny that he was kicking her out. Like she had to go, and I'm just like, well, she, got a 3-month-old.
So my thing is, why? Like he was on some Hit the Road Jack. Did you see the meme that showed? that showed Regina King singing with Ray Charles when Jamie Foxx. The Road Jack, and don't you come back. They just the baby.
I don't know. I don't know. The baby kind of lost me, not for his whole Rolling Loud issues or whatever, but he kind of lost me when he was performing with Marilyn Manson. That at the Donda listening party. That right there.
He went on to perform.
Really, Manson got his own issues, especially when it comes to abuse and abusing women. And yeah, so he kind of lost me with that one. Like, I know, he done been canceled by a little bit of the culture, and, he's trying to gain his, credibility back. But I didn't like that choice. Like, why are you doing that? But anyway.
Question. Do you think Chris Brown tried to make his way back with people too?
Yeah, after what we know? He did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like his songs keep playing, and people keep recording with him, and they don't miss a beat.
Look, I don't even want to. I play Chris Brown. 'Cause I feel like his songs keep playing and people keep recording with him and they don't miss a beat. Look, I don't even want to. I play Chris Brown. you know.
Yeah,
And I don't think
with
he's,
it, baby.
but I said he's problematic. Yes, he's
I haven't heard from
definitely.
you in a minute, baby. Mm-hmm. Drip in the middle of the night. That's a jam.
Let's get up out of here.
He didn't miss a beat. Anyway, so I just do want to give a rest in peace to rapper Young Dolph, who was shot and killed in Memphis.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, his full name is actually Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. His stage name is Young Dolph, and young rapper, up and coming, and he was shot and killed in Memphis. At basically it was a cookie shop in the afternoon, and 36-year-old rapper, independent, and he was considered the king of Memphis. And I'm sorry,
very sad. Very sad.
sorry for this loss. And I hearing of these young rappers that get shot and killed just very randomly, it's heartbreaking and it's sad. It's so sad.
I think we should actually do a whole another show about this. But yeah, absolutely, rest in peace. I was introduced to Young Dolph through Moneybagg Yo, who, if y'all don't know, like, he's like one of my favorite rapper right now.
Okay.
So I've listened, but this is just it is art imitating reality. How these things happen. So there's a lot of street talk. I don't get too much into it, but what's going on and how this happened, but definitely a tragedy. And we got to do better with our youth. He was 36 years old. I actually thought he was younger than that.
Younger, right? He looked younger.
Yeah. But definitely rest well. And I'm hoping there is no, we get into this retaliation and it's a senseless act of violence, and I'm hoping we can bring some sense to it.
Yeah. Prayers go out to the Thornton family. Yes, and I think we should do, some type of highlight on some of this violence that goes on.
Absolutely,
with rappers.
We have our opinions, and and come with some solutions. So we'll definitely revisit this.
Yeah, I think that's something deep to look into. Okay, so I guess we can go right into the woke.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put on our glasses. Let's get woke for a minute. So, all America, especially Black America, we are talking. We've been waiting for this verdict, and as of right now, Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty on all charges. Yes, he was a teenager. He was on trial for killing 2 men and wounding a third with a rifle during the turbulent night of protests that erupted in Kenosha in the summer of 2020. And just to take you all back, this is after the Black man by the name of Jacob Blake was shot by a white police officer. And if I'm not to be mistaken, he's paralyzed now.
Yes. Yeah.
And, Rittenhouse went out there, during this protest, and he says that he acted in self-defense. While the prosecution argued he instigated the bloodshed. So, I guess they said he was on some old, if you can't beat him, join him. And hey, when I tell you that our mouths are all like, we have dropped, but at the same time, we're like, okay, we're not too shocked. We're not too shocked with everything. But when you say of all charges, nothing, no penalty, okay. So I'm going to stop right there. So what say you?
So yeah, I mean, of course, I've been following this as quite a few, and it's one of those situations. Is like, are you surprised? No. So I'm looking at, you get this Kyle Rittenhouse, and you've seen him. I have 2 pictures of him. The one in the courtroom, but then the other one where he's walking in during the protest with like this rifle, AR style rifle, slung over his shoulders. He was 17 years old at the time. From what I understand, he wanted to be a police officer. So that kind of gives you the idea of the type of person that we're talking about. Who travels to Kenosha, Wisconsin from his home. I understand it wasn't that far, but he crossed state lines and with his gun at 17 years old, violating the curfew that was in effect at the time, because, and from what I'm understanding, he's going over there during the protest that they had for Jacob Blake, the black man that was paralyzed by the police. There was a protest, against racism, against police brutality. So here you got this Rittenhouse kid who says he wants to, protect the businesses and the homes and, after all the protests. So he goes with his gun over here. And then, of course, what else do we have in the pot? We've got, the police have already killed George Floyd in Minneapolis, not too far away. We got demonstrations, all over the country. So this is the climate that we have. So this white guy goes and he kills one white guy that was at the protest. Another white guy he killed. There was a guy with the skateboard, where he kills that guy and then he wounds another. All three of the victims were white. So what I thought was, crazy was you have this kid who's basically running through the streets with this rifle during a protest. And there are video of it where people are flagging down the police officers to kind of point out, here's Rittenhouse's guy running with a gun. And he was never stopped by the police. There was even an account where someone reported that the police were on a loudspeaker saying, we appreciate you guys, talking about the armed men who had come to, quote unquote, protect the city. So, and even after this shooting, so, because people are like, well, where's the racism? But, catch my drift here. Yes, he shot three white people who were attending a protest on racism and police brutality. After the shooting, Rittenhouse got a lot of support from the opponents of the Black Lives Matter movement, supporters of gun rights, all those pro-gun conservatives. They even raised like $2 million for his legal defense. He was seen, with members of the Proud Boys. So, I mean, you don't have to guess at what his affiliation is. After he was acquitted on all 5 counts, let's not forget that, this to me is just an example of white privilege at its best. It's another example of the crazy ways that self-defense or like stand your ground laws can be argued successfully, because that's basically what this happened. I mean, I'm always of the mind, we have 2 justice systems here in the United States of America. There's a black one and there's a white one. I mean, that's what it is. Another thing that bothered me because I watched some of the trial, and from what I understand, Kenosha, Wisconsin, I mean, it's 75% white. Let's do that. So when we talk about jury selection and getting the paneling the jury, there was, I believe, one black person on the entire panel. Another thing is that the judge in the Rittenhouse case, would not allow the court to identify the victims, the white, the 2 men that lost their lives and the one that was shot and testified against Rittenhouse. He wouldn't allow them to be identified as victims. So in my mind, that was almost like punishing these white people who showed up in defense of equal justice and human rights. Right. It was almost like punishing them by saying you will not be looked at as victims. Almost like as if identifying them, two dead people, 2 dead men, and one that was living and testified. You're going to be looked at as, you kind of like you knew what you're doing. So you're going to assume the risk of going out there that night and protesting for these rights. That's what it looked like to me by the judge not allowing the jury to identify the victims as victims. That's crazy to me. So it pretty much put force behind the idea of, in this country, you can, white people can shoot us. We see that. But, and I've seen so many, it brought up like so many movies. You remember the movie, The Game? I think it was called The Game, with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. And I mean, it was like basically rich white folks, and the brother had given a brother a gift for his birthday, which was like a hunting it was to go and hunt humans. You know, they had this big forest, and the game was they were hunting homeless people, hunting humans. That I don't know why, but that like visual just comes up to me because this is like the justice system has allowed Rittenhouse to basically pick up a gun, decide he's going to, you know, be this vigilante and create his own sense of justice and go out and kill people who are protesting, for human rights and protesting racism and protesting police brutality. And he can pretty much form his own, come out there and play shoot 'em up like he's going hunting, because that's what it looked like. It looked like he was going hunting.
But and technically he was 17, so like they, legally was he supposed to be walking around with a gun thinking that he's Elmer Fudd? Like what was your intention that day? That's the whole thing. Like, did you really come to keep the peace?
It was obvious what his intention was.
Exactly.
I'm going to kill what's the Elmer Fudd? Was it Elmer Fudd? I'm going to kill a rabbit.
I'm hunting for a rabbit.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. And he succeeded, and he got away with it.
Right.
And why? Because, and that to me also is, how does that look for non people of color, for white people? How does it look for them who, protest for race, racial justice and protest police brutality? But now we have this precedent where you get this kid who decides I'm going to bring my gun to this rally, to this protest, and I'm going to shoot in self-defense. How does that look? Not only for people of color, for Black people of color, but how does that look for white people? For them.
Right. How does it? Yeah. That there's you have no penalty. Like, it's really, you are above the law, for, lack of a better word. You're above the law.
No, what I'm saying is, how does that look for people who would otherwise support the movement,
right?
But knowing that now it is where the court is going to look at someone who comes to the crowd and basically decides I'm going to shoot and then I'm going to cry self-defense, that self-defense can be successful. How does that look for the person who sympathizes, the white person who wants to go out and I want to support, I want to come to this rally, I want to come to this protest, but now I can be looked at. If something happens to that person, they're not a victim, because that court in Wisconsin has already said, "Oh, y'all white people who come out here and decide you want to be all Black Lives Matter, you're not victims. So whatever happens to you, and you deserve it." That's what I believe that the legal system here in this that is saying to them.
And is it because you're supporting Black and brown people, then we throw you in the bucket with them too?
Yeah, exactly.
Basically. So, right. So therefore, don't even try to come against your brother or sister in that matter, because we're all above the law. You just need to get with it. That's how that sounds to me. Right.
You're on the wrong side. That's what it's looking like.
Exactly. And this is also very reminiscent of the Trayvon Martin case with Zimmerman, and how, he too thought that he was being, night watch security, and ends up shooting somebody. And guess what? He walked away.
Yeah.
They believe that he was, this kid was just, with the hood on. They believed it, and he's home eating popcorn. So yes, I think that, like you said, there's a Black system and there's a white system, and however you flip it, it doesn't work in our favor. And to see him, walk away, it hurts my feelings. And right now, everybody, we're all saying to each other on social media, like, everybody, we got to pick our bottom lip up. We're strong. We got to keep going. We got to strategize. But listen, we put a lot of money into this community that we live in. You know what I mean? Call the world of the United States of America. We put a lot into, living here and making, making a future for others. So it's not as easy, just to dust something like this off, like, and I can cry about it like over and over and over again. It's just, this is enough to really break you down. This is sad. We fight so hard to go in the opposite direction, and then to be spit in the face, continuously over and over again. That's the part that, this is, I'm at a loss of words, and we're waiting for the Ahmaud Arbery case too. Like, I don't understand how is it okay? I mean, if you take the color of skin off of people, take the color of skin off just for a hot minute. And if you say this is how humans treat humans, then why is it okay? That's what I'm, but then guess what? You got to put the skin color on it because that is what is making the significant, difference with all these choices that are being made. And there was a woman at the courthouse with her child, a white woman, and she said after the verdict, she said, I must say, I do believe that if he had a different color skin, it would have won a total different way.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and
I mean, we know. I mean, like I said, it's
we know this, but sometimes I need to hear white people say it.
No, they know, and hopefully the overcomer spirit in all of us will overcome this, and and I'm a firm believer in karmic justice, so I'm just gonna put that out there and move on.
Yeah, that this I can't believe, and I don't know what kind of life he's gonna live, but then I also think about Michael Vick went to jail for what?
Yeah. Lord, God forbid, it's about the animals.
Michael Vick went to jail for what? And this kid killed 2 people?
Yep.
And he's going home? That's so if you just can't tell me, that things are fair. You just can't tell me. And then for Biden,
we know that.
Biden said, we have to abide by it. Like this is, what the jury chose, like we have to abide by it. And then he had to, come back with a prepared statement saying like, I know we're all angry and concerned, and I guess, the democratic way would not be for us to, riot and loot and use violence, trying to, say that he understands, our pain right now. But at the same time, like, this is our legal system and, that's just what it is. Deal with it. I didn't like that. And I just feel like you're in a position to say so much more and do so much more. And this was not I don't know. I know you're the president, but guess what? I didn't feel like you was on our team with that because you sure were getting at Trump when it came to white supremacy. So this is your moment. This is your moment to really speak a little more.
Oh, well. You can't depend on others.
You ain't lying.
To,
Yep.
to move our movement ahead. It's up to us. And even some of us are turncoats. So it's really, you got to feel like what's really good, who's really real. That's what it comes down to. So anyway, this is a heavy one. Yeah.
I didn't. This makes me upset.
You gonna be okay. You wanna talk about some Weekend D?
You got it going on. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real bitch. Have the hunt.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can switch. We're really good at switching gears.
Okay. I'm here.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. When is it appropriate to talk about some D right now?
I know. Get a little upset. Yeah, let's do it. See, this is scene 1, take 2.
Okay.
Take it off. Okay, I'm here.
I'm not okay. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Look, karmic justice. The world will balance itself all the time, always.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, we got some Weekend D here, y'all. Drop them bombs. All right.
Boom.
Here's a question from one of our listeners. Okay, so look, if you have a question for the Weekend D, please send it via email. That's what I'm saying, podcast@gmail.com. Hit us on our website, twizpod.com. Hit us in our DMs on Instagram at twizpod. That's TWISPOD. But get with us. And it's anonymous because, we don't mention names unless you want us to. So here we go. She says, I've been dating a guy for about 3 months now. So far, so good. He checks all the boxes except one. He doesn't go down. I don't want to talk him into it, but I think this could be a deal breaker. What should I do?
Wow, I'm up. I'm back.
I know that gets you back, huh? Some D gets you back. This is a really serious one that needs our look, because I got some things. Go ahead. Okay. I'm listening. Shatara, what say you?
3 months. 3 months. 3 months is a good time to get in or get out.
Yeah.
Good time. This is this is where if the couch gonna work or not. you know, you sat on it a few times. You're back at Ashley Stewart. I'm going to say, I'm not Ashley Stewart, Ashley Furniture. I think that get out. I think you should get out because
it's a deal breaker.
This could be okay. First of all, how old are y'all? Because there's a difference between there's 3 type of dudes, right?
She says go down, so like down. So I'm thinking she's like
he doesn't partake in fellatio, but I bet you he enjoys it though. Hello,
it's cunnilingus for the female.
Oh, okay.
It's fellatio for the male.
Cunnilingus. Okay, good times. Either way, however you flip the coin, whatever. So. I think that you got the one who, you got the gentleman who he doesn't like to do it at all. And he's like, it's against my religion, right? You got that one.
I don't eat meat.
That's what Terry said on BMF. He told me it's against my religion.
He did? Oh, yeah.
It was funny. Okay. So you got that one who just don't do it at all, right? Then you got your one who does it, but he's particular. He's just not doing that for everybody. All right.
Right.
I appreciate those. Then you got the ones who, they just wild. Like that is their prerequisite. Okay. It comes with the meal plan. Then you got those too. So there's 3. You know what I mean? So do you have the one who is like
meal plan?
Yeah, it comes with the side order and the appetizer. Just what do you want? Fries? What you want with this? That's what he does. He likes to do. Like when you walk away from him, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the character. You walk away and you're like, I can never trust him. Like he's nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why?
He's a good time, but he's because he has no sense of like who he does it for. You know what I mean?
How do you know that though? Like how do you know you just not the one?
No, but I'm trying to tell you the 3.
Okay.
I'm talking about the 3. Like you can have that, you can have the one who's like absolutely not. Like I won't. He puts his glasses back on and he's like, no. You have that one?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So yeah.
Yeah, then you got the one who I do it, but I want to do it to the one I love or whatever, or he's particular. Everybody can't get that. Particular. And women, we're the same way too. We have the same, everybody can't get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Then you have the one who's like, it comes with the meal plan. So, that's what it is. I love it, turn over, flip it, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, he's all of that. That's the one, you got to be careful. So, so like I said, if he is the absolutely not, like don't even press that number on your phone, well then, hey, if that's what you really want and then
But she says she hasn't talked to him about it. I think that's first. Like, okay, it's been 3 months. Y'all can have this conversation about like, hey.
She said she doesn't want to talk him into it.
She says, I don't want to talk him into it.
Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like you don't want somebody like that dude who was like all puckered up, like I don't want to.
No, I don't know. I'm just like, okay, so I'm just saying, other way around. You know how sometimes you get the hand in the back of your head, like
wait a minute,
it's that time now. Come on now.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Let's go. The hand in the back of your head will let you know, like, all right, like a gentle. Okay. Yeah. And then you have to decide, okay, well, are you gonna do it? You gonna sing on the microphone? Are you gonna,
The key word is gentle, though. The key word is.
Sometimes when you're being guided, when you get them hands around your ears, it's like, come on now.
Wait, get off. I just got my hair done. Get off. Yeah. But listen, there's a meme and it says, men whose dick get hard while they eat coochie, there's a special place in heaven for you.
I know that's right.
There's a special place in heaven for dudes.
They do it well? What? I know that's right. But okay, so for sis, like, she doesn't want to talk him into it, but I think there's a middle ground. You ain't got to talk him into it, but at least have the conversation and be clear about, is he like, like you said, Chatara, is he a yes, no, or maybe so? Like, is he never? He's absolutely like, I don't eat meat, or only on holidays. I don't know. So find that out first. Well, what kind of meat eater is he?
But no.
And then, what?
No, let me take it back. Why have we made it to 3 months?
Well, I mean, what's wrong with that?
But that means they already got it in before.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Everything is good. He checks all the boxes. He just doesn't go down. So in their episodes, he doesn't eat the coochie. That's what she's saying. Like, but he does everything else. So my question is, she said I don't want to talk him into it, but I'm like, have y'all had a conversation first? I think that's first. Like, have a conversation, not while y'all butt naked in the bed, but like have a conversation. Hey, what do you think about blessing me? That's what I was saying. What do you think about going down? Find out how he feels about it. What do you think about going down on me? Do it. Look, I've dated somebody where that was not his thing at all. He was a no person. However, his pipe game was just phenomenal. Like, it was kind of like you forget about it. But that's a huge thing, because if the pipe game is B or below C grade, and then you're not doing that,
you got a lot of nerve. How dare you?
I don't like, what else are you bringing to the table? I don't know.
but
And then I've been with somebody where they were the maybe, like it wasn't an always kind of thing. It was kind of like a special occasion, like birthdays and holidays or something, like, oh, wow, what a surprise.
Right.
It's a pleasant surprise. So, that was cool too. And then, and I've known ones like, wow, whenever, whatever, like, Jesus.
Right. Everybody, like, so technically, if you met a female, like, oh, I used to deal with Ronnie, the one thing she got was a special deal. She had the special, she had the super size. You'd be like,
it's uncontrollable with it. Like, I don't know, I don't, okay, well, all right. So, it's a balance. Let's bring some balance to it.
You know what he
But
do.
I think she needs to have a conversation with him, figure out, which one is he? Where can we classify him? Because it might just be, it's just like sucking dick, like, you ain't doing it with everybody. That's a special thing.
But I want you to want to do it. So at 3 months in already, if we already getting it in, and then let's say this is our 12th time doing it hypothetically.
Jeez.
I'm just saying hypothetically, because it's good. That means I'm gonna see you later for lunch. You know what I mean? Then shit, it's on. Because sometimes that might be all it is after 3 months. That could be a hit and win and we done. That was a good run. It was a good time. But if it's gonna go on, I just feel like if of all things. It's easy for him to say, oh yeah, I do that sometimes. But no, the question is, do you like doing it? That to me, that's the key right there. Do you like doing it? Because even dudes will, crack jokes. Dudes will take head off a chick who's horrible at doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I would never say, like, I'm the queen of head. I'm the queen of that shit. Like, nah, like, no. It's not my specialty. However, I think it makes a difference when, she likes doing it. Feels different when somebody likes doing it.
Yeah.
Because she may have him like, oh, I don't mind trying it here and there. She might be like, oh God, I got to teach you. I don't mind teaching you. But at the same time, do you like doing it?
Look, spell your name with your tongue.
There's a lot you could do. But so is it a deal breaker? Should she leave him alone? Because she said he checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Said that one box.
You ain't checking for that box.
No pun intended. Pretty much. That could be a deal breaker. It could be. I hate to tell you, sis, it could be a deal breaker.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, conversation first and figure out. And there's so many fun ways to do it. And
I don't got time. Sorry. Like I'm on a dating site. Sorry, ma'am. Like you putting together a profile for me, shit. I don't got time. Listen, you got to bring everything to the table. Come with all your suitcase packed. Come with your tricks, bells, and whistles. What we doing here? You know what I mean? Right away. I need in 3 months. This is interview process. Shit. What are we doing? Because let me tell you something. If I need to improve in certain areas, then we got plenty of time to improve it. But if I'm telling you that, like, just to know, well, then that makes a difference. That makes a difference. Dudes just want to know they can get to one hole. That's it. But if it's on your to-do list to get to that other one, then guess what? It might be a deal breaker for you. Dudes be having that on their to-do list. No. Yeah, go for little Kim. She told you. She ain't scared.
Okay.
You get it?
I think we gave her some good advice.
Bingo, Jenga, Uno. I'm here for it. Oh, yeah, man. Girl. 3 months. Yeah. Holidays are coming. Find out what it is.
Without that, though, let me just say, sis, like life without that is a dull life. So you make sure you work that out.
And wait, and one more thing. Make sure that you ain't busy blessing him. You know what I'm saying? And he's filling you up with seeds and watermelons, and then your dumbass.
No, maybe he makes her orgasm though with just penetration.
Now that's a good time too.
That's a unicorn out there. So maybe if he does that, that might be a reason that okay, well, you can slide in the other box. You can slide out the other box. If you could do that, you over here do that's okay. It's
no, yeah, that's great too. But that's great too.
Yeah, but I would even venture to say that that's better than head, because it is. I mean, not every man who can penetrate can anybody can have sex, but not every man can hit that spot.
But you know what it is with us? See, we saying it, and some dude is out there grabbing his stuff like yeah. But guess what? It's mental for us. It's all mental.
It is. There's a part of that that's very physical, and if you can't get that,
right. But yeah, you gotta tap our brain first. We gotta get up there with it too. Yeah.
Ring my bell, ring a ling a ling.
I put on little white patent leather tap shoes for that. Here's your little dance I just did.
You can ring my bell.
You know the shoes. My little Mary Janes.
Oh, man. All right. Where we at?
All right. So we're at the jam.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So. This is Cha 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 by MC Lyte off the
back.
Eyes on This 1989 album. Now, the reason why I chose this song was because I was jamming the other day. I forgot. I think we were in the car, me and my husband, and this came on, and I knew the words. And then when they say the year, I'm like, oh my God, I was how old? I wasn't even 10 years old. I know the words. Kick this one here for me and my DJ. I could, so this was, and I just feel like sometimes, when I hear MC Lyte's voice at a lot of these like award shows, she has a voice and a style that stands out by itself, and just being, one of the first original hip hop.
Like a female Chuck D sometimes.
Yeah. I like it. It's raspy. And she really, she's a pioneer. That's the other part. Like we can't forget, like MC Lyte is absolutely a pioneer, and she paved the way. And I mean, she's coming from an era of hip hop before it is what it is today. Let's put it like that. She had her plaid shirt on. You know what I mean? She had her Sherlin coat. She had her tight curls to the side with the haircut. You know what I mean? And she stood up there, with some of the hardest men MCs as well. Yeah. And she did a damn thing. But this shit right here, what did they sampled quite a few songs off this one right here.
I'm the dopest female that you heard. And I do get better. The voice gets better. Nobody gets hurt as long as you let her.
East Flatbush, Brooklyn. She represents. Oh, right.
This is my this is my jam. Like and I love how her career has the proliferation of her career. She started. She was like 13 years old. Like young girls out here in the streets of Brooklyn, and writing her own rhymes. It ain't never been somebody goes like writing her own shit, and really doing her thing. Like now, I mean, you remember MC Lyte? For a minute, I was like, I don't know which way. Which way she go? But she got married, didn't she recently?
She did, yeah, and I think she got divorced. And and to be honest I liked her. Like I didn't care. I was like, whatever way you go, MC, I don't care. But she ended up, she got with her husband, and they were married. And from what I understand, they did get a divorce.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think so. But yeah, she was rhyming with Milk D, DJ Wiz. They were a duo for her.
Audio too. She was like the audio too. I'm old school. So I do love it. Like,
I just wanted to like give this little rundown because when I really looked into it, so in 1991 she performed the song at the pay-per-view TV concert Sisters in the Name of Rap. Then she also performed the song with the Brat. Well, they did the song, the Brat and Remy Ma, at the MC Light tribute in 2006 VH1 Hip Hop Honors. The song was also featured on the soundtrack of the video game Grand Theft Auto. That's what really had me. Like, that's money. Like, that's ongoing money. Wow. She performed Cha 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 at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and she also performed the song to President Barack Obama on the 50th anniversary of legislation. So I'm just like, shit. We don't even give those flowers, but let's give them now, because MC Light is absolutely then and still is the bomb.
Love it. Yay!
Kick this one here for me and my DJ.
I love it. All right, y'all. We are now at the Support Black Businesses segment of the show, where Shatara and I believe in growing our economy and strengthening our communities by supporting products and services made FUBU, that is for us, by us. So today I want to highlight Olayinka Vitamins. It is vitamins that is very proudly made for Black people by Black people. So it was started by Olayinka Ayelebowo, who has been in the pharmaceutical industry for over a decade. So what I love about his vitamins is they're gluten-free, which is very important to me, and very potent. You know, like sometimes you take these, take these pills and, most of them you just pee them out. So this is not that. So I like the gummy vitamins. Know that whenever you make a purchase on the website, 20% of the profits go directly back into the community, whether that is an educational program or community development. So definitely go and support OlayinkaProducts.com.
Yay. I like that.
I love it too. Like buy Black, man. That's, any little step I can, just support us. Sometimes we got to get back on our business sense, but support us.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting there. We've come so far. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, we've come to the end, but you can subscribe to That's What I'm Saying, the podcast. You can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, pretty much wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, watch That's What I'm Saying, the TV show, weekdays on Island TV or on the Island TV app. Follow us on Instagram at TwizPod. So, Shatara, what else we got to tell them?
Yes, if you have a question for the Weekend D Report, because I know y'all do. And also, fellas, I want y'all to, get into our DM as well. I want to hear from y'all, too. And if you want to keep up to date on all of my upcoming comedy shows, as well as our podcasts and TV events, then get social with us. As I said, DM us, get in our DM. We're on Instagram. You can subscribe to our newsletter on our website at twistpod.com. You can also send an email to That's What I'm Saying podcast@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate y'all. Stay healthy, stay well. Peace.
Until next time, y'all. Peace.